How you doing?
Great.
You're alive. So you're from Detroit?
I am.
Now, this message, because Bernie won the primary in 2016, obviously Hillary lost in the general election, but Michigan and Detroit is kind of like I was just saying, kind of ground zero for the demolition, I would say, of the working class.
Yes.
And you have a lot of these candidates, Kamala Harris wants to skim around the edges, a tax credit here. Elizabeth Warren seems to have a lot of plans. A lot of them are recycled Bernie plans. What to you about Bernie would really help Detroit specifically?
Probably the most important thing is that Bernie knows how to learn and grow. And he's been learning and growing since 2016 in terms of racism, in terms of ways to deal with reparations that make sense, which is massive reinvestment. And obviously, I'm not black, so I'm not presuming to say, but those sorts of things are really important. Also, it's the whole idea of change doesn't come from the top down, it comes from the bottom up. And that's empowering a whole lot of grassroots people, not just in terms of local elections, but in terms of things outside electoral strategy, in terms of environmental racism, in terms of the schools, in terms, and that's the other thing I mentioned, is his school plan is by far the best, not just getting rid of tuition and paying off student debt, but the public schools raising the teachers' wages so that they're able to really function and teach in a public system and improve everybody's outcomes from the very beginning.
And something that I hear him saying now that he didn't hear in 2016 was, yeah, everybody's got a plan. Elizabeth Warren has plans. Everybody could have a plan. But plans don't matter if the structure of America is a legalized auction.
Yes.
So if people don't confront that, like Warren, for example, talks about regulating that structure, but if the apple is rotten, you gotta go after that.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think your point about structure is critically important, because I was talking about structure in terms of the function of the campaign, but also the extra parts, like Bernie sent people out when there were going to be ICE raids through his campaign. He sent people out to picket on picket lines through his campaign. And that's really validating an inside-outside structure, which is the only way we're going to make change. And you do need to fundamentally understand that the system is rotten and the system needs to be changed if you're really going to be able to accomplish all these things.
And lastly, MSNBC tells me Bernie is not pro-women and that he makes their skin crawl. You're a woman.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think that Bernie was pro-choice in 1972. He is nothing but respectful. There were issues in his campaign in 2016. He addressed them with the whole crew clearly and calmly and appropriately. Three more things. His staff is predominantly women. The Medicare for All, the schools, the tuition free, all of those are disproportionately going to benefit women, particularly women of color.
Do you know who she was saying in 1972 Bernie was pro-choice? Do you know who in 1974 who said, "I do not believe a woman has the sole role in deciding what to do with their body"? Do you know who said that?
Hillary Clinton?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Okay, can you cut the Hillary Clinton? Sorry, please.
It wasn't you, Hillary, this time.
That's it. Okay, yeah, well, Joe Biden is a much more traditional Democrat, working class guy, white, lunch pail, and I disagree with his positions on the issues, and I disagree with the approach of his campaign, and that's why I'm working for Bernie.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statusquo.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statusquo.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.
Status quo.